And the Rods Electric 150. Had to update the tower there, and we are all ready to go. Qualifying has concluded, and it is last chance qualifier time. Let's take a look at our qualifying results. Your top 20 drivers are the ones that locked in from qualifying, so let's take a look there. Up on screen, Anthony Danta, your fast qualifier, a 14.451. Second quick, Brandon Wilkinson, just 9/1000 slower. Very close. The winner last time we were here at the Hickory Motor Speedway was Alex Papini. Unfortunately not going to be with us here tonight. Serving a suspension in the Winter Challenge Series right now. Those are the drivers that locked in. Now let's have a look at the drivers that did not lock in and that are going to try to race their way in to tonight's Rods Electric 150. Caleb Adrian on the pole, Carter Stark second, Josh Nelms third, Kenny Storkson fourth, Travis Eldridge going to roll off from the fifth spot, Michael Kirchner sixth, Matt Vade seventh, Steve Ray eighth, Jason Hack ninth, Aaron Hicks 10th, and Austin DeMore going to round out our field here in the first last chance qualifier. Green is out, they are underway for 15 laps. Our top two drivers going to advance into tonight's A feature. Adrian gets the early jump down into turns 1 and 2 right there. Going to be 2 laps in as they come back around. Battle for third. Kenny Storkson to the inside of Josh Nelms. Sorry, reverse that. Josh Nelms to the inside of Kenny Storkson. Nelms going to take the third spot away. We've got 11 laps to go. Matt Vade to the inside of Travis Eldridge. That is for the 5th spot, and no contact. Vade, I think, maybe came up the racetrack a little bit there. Went up into the outside wall. That's going to put us under yellow for the first time here tonight. Vade resets back to the pit area. So that will end his chances of making tonight's Rods Electric 150. Let's look at it one more time. Try and get a better view of what happened. Was battling with Travis Eldridge in the 30 machine. I don't know if Eldridge came off the wall or if the 7 maybe expected a little bit more room. Let's look at it one more time from the drone up above here. This will give us a good view. Yeah, I think maybe they just met in the middle. I think the 7 maybe expected a little bit more room coming up off the corner. And that will do it for Matt Vade's chances. Tough break for the 7 machine. But Caleb Adrian and Carter Stark, your top 2 at this moment. Those are the 2 that lock their way into tonight's Rods Electric 150. It was initially scheduled to be twin 100s, but we decided to combine them into one 150 lap race to try and speed things up with the caution count we had last week. So we will see what tonight brings. But we're going to send them back racing just shy of 5 laps to go. Caleb Adrian goes nice and early. He's going to be clear for the lead. Down into turns 1 and 2. Carter Stark takes that 2nd spot. He'll have Josh Nelms behind him, but he's got a decent gap. Try and hang on for 5 more laps. 5 to go here in last chance qualifier number 1. Up front, Caleb Adrian shows the way. Carter Stark not putting too much pressure on him. Knows that he has the transfer spot, doesn't necessarily need to push at this moment. With 3 laps to go here, Josh Nelm sideways out of 4. He's going to lose some ground. This time by, the popsicle sticks will be up in the air. It'll only be 2 laps to go. Caleb Adrian trying to pick up the victory in last chance qualifier number 1. As they get the white flag this time by. And the checkered flag going to be shown to Caleb Adrian, winner of last chance qualifier number 1. Does a little spin down into turns 3 and 4. And it's now time for last chance qualifier number 2. Let's meet our starting grid. On the pole, going to be Preston Boers. And then it will be Michael Weissman in number 74. Daniel Calhoun in the 04, going to start 3rd. We'll have Jaden Dalberg, 2, is outside. Michael Ostiek going to roll off from the 5th spot. We will have Dylan Roberts starting to his outside. Back behind them, Scott Kingswan on the bottom. It is outside. Jeff Rogers going to roll off from 8th. Blaze Waters in the number 9 machine going to roll off. In the 999 machine going to roll off from 9th. Next to Matthew Magendez. There we go. And then Josh Cray are going to round out the field there. We hear the field roll off on the exit of turns 3 and 4. They'll get 1 lap to go. And then it will be time for us to go racing here. 15 laps in last chance qualifier number 2. Making their way down into turns 3 and 4. The green is up, green is out. We are underway, but not for long. Trouble for Daniel Calhoun. I think the green flag remains out, but trouble for the 04 machine. Got tagged there early on. It'll be back to Michael Weissman and Preston Boers. Weissman did not get that much practice for this race, and I know that because he was in the super late model official that I just got out of. He had a good run there. Trying to have a good run here. He'll take the lead in last chance qualifier number 2. And to the front goes the 74. Jaden Dalberg in the 3rd spot wants that final transfer spot. Michael Ostiek looking to the inside for 3rd. Trying to put himself 1 spot closer, a little bit of contact there. I think the 36 machine tried to hold it down there, but it looked like Ostiek was not wanting to play games. He got up to that 3rd spot. He's now got to track down Preston Boers in the 001 machine here tonight. Nine laps to go in last chance qualifier number 2. Oh, contact. Jaden Dahlberg around in the 36. Spun up off of the exit of turn number 2 right there. I didn't see what exactly happened. There may have been contact. Let's look one more time. Got up into the wall right there. He had the 78 of Dylan Roberts behind him, and no contact actually. Just got loose off the corner. And around he went on the exit of turn number 2. Puts us under yellow for the first time in last chance qualifier 2. Michael Weissman trying to block his way into the Rods Electric 150. Preston Boers, the other driver that has a chance right here to race in tonight's main event. Our top 2 are going to move on to the 150 lap feature later on. Lights are out on the iRacing.com pace car. Once again, going to go back to the green flag. Ooh, a little bit of a bump from Michael Ostiek, but we're back racing with 4 laps to go. Ostiek in the 18 had a big jump right there in the restart zone, but Preston Boers trying to shut that gap. Michael Ostiek made contact to the inside there, and Boers tried to close that gap once again, and we're going to have a caution. Boers in the 0-1 machine was aggressive, trying to keep it down to the bottom lane. We have a caution here, which will set us up for a green-white checkered. Let's watch the pass to the inside. There's Ostiek. A little bit of a nudge right there, and then watch Boers down into the corner. Tries to close the door, but Jeff Rogers was right there. He got a little bit tangled up, and that was enough for the caution flag to fly. So back under yellow for the second time here in last chance qualifier number 2. We'll have a green-white checkered. And we're going to be ready to roll for tonight's Rods Electric 150. Race control not quite ready to go back. Green flag racing, lights on. Pace car still. They'll get the one to go this time by. One of the most interesting things about tonight's race, these drivers do not have a set of tires in the pits. Ooh, tough break for Preston Boers right there. Reset that car and brought it back pit side just before the final green-white checkered. But the guy that was in that final transfer spot before that yellow came out of this one. Pace car is off. Michael Weissman back through the restart zone. They're back racing with 2 laps to go. Michael Ostiek on the outside lane trying to hang on to that second spot, but here comes Dylan Roberts to the inside. Roberts in the 78 made a little contact in 1 and 2, trying to take that spot away final time around. Weissman down the back straightaway has a 2-car length advantage. Big lunge from Dylan Roberts behind in third, but it's not going to be enough. And Michael Weissman going to pick up the victory. Dylan Roberts 1 spot shy. And that is going to do it for last chance qualifying action here this evening. let's look at our qualifying results one more time. Looking through the field, trying to find our points leader, Kristen Swanson. 14th for the 91 machine. Picked up the victory in the season opener, but did not have the same success last week, finished 9th. Put it in victory lane week 1, 9th last week. Good enough for the points lead at this moment. Couple drivers tied for the most wins in the Winter Challenge Series in this season and last season, I do believe. We're going to be sending 24 cars to the green. Look at our track temperature. I guess I should say air temperature here. Actually kind of cold in Hickory for iRacing. Should help out a little bit considering these guys don't get a set of tires in the pits. Humidity only 43%, so it shouldn't be too greasy out there for these drivers. It'll be on here shortly. Got about 2 minutes left in the warm-up. Taking a look over at the schedule, we've got North Wilkesboro next week, December 29th for the Crazy Times, or I guess it's January 5th. Forgot we're back 1 week. Crazy Times Pub and Grub 150 at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Very fun track on iRacing. They recently added the new version of the track, so it's a lot of fun being able to drive on the same track the Cup guys drive on for the All-Star race. Cars Tour also goes there in real life. It'll be cool to see the Winter Challenge Series make a stop there next week. Week after that, the Mabel's Jackpot 150 at Thompson. A long track for these late model stocks. We're going to see some exciting racing. It's going to be tough to pass there, I'm thinking. I think we do have a 5-minute warm-up. These drivers are going to be given a little bit extra time to get their final adjustments made. They really can't make many adjustments because they're on a fixed setup, but sometimes a little bit of adjustments with the steering offset can go a long way. We'll see what happens here. We get ready for the Rods Electric 150. You guys are watching the driver here in the Winter Challenge Series field. Let me know who you're cheering for down in the comments below. A lot of these drivers do look back and check out the broadcast, so they'll see your comment and know that you were there to support them, regardless of their finish, I might add. I know a lot of the times they're going back to look at incidents that happened on stream, but hopefully that is not the case here tonight. We can see some amazing green flag racing here at the Hickory Motor Speedway, as it is officially time for the Rods Electric 150. Field has made their way to the starting grid. Looks like the invert tonight is an 8. So your fast qualifier Anthony Danta going to roll off from the 8th spot. Let's look at the starting field. Jackson Lewis in the 07 going to roll off from the pole. We'll have Joe Schaefer Jr. in the 6 machine, who was so close last week. Did not pick up the victory at IRP. 3rd place starting position going to go to Brian Tedeschi. His outside, it'll be Ryan Honeycutt in the 128. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28. Going to start from the 5th spot. We'll have Danny Mann to his outside in the 10. Brandon Wilkinson going to roll off from the 7th position in the 56. Next to your fast qualifier Anthony Danta in the 51. Now we jump outside of the invert. It'll be straight up from here. Trent Smith going to roll off 9th next to Ty Fredrickson in the 36, rounding at your top 10. Riley Stenjum and Eric White going to make up row number 6. Back behind them in row number 7, Brett McCoy in the 1 machine on the bottom, and on the outside lane, winner in week number 1 and your current points leader, Tristan Swanson in the 91 machine. Corey Rogers in the 17, going to start from the 15th spot here tonight. Next to Eddie Dabrowski in the 29. Clayton Story in the 67 will roll off 17th. Next to Scotty Gardner in the 109. Easton Reidner 19th. Max Hanley 20th. Caleb Adrian 21st. Michael Weissman 22nd. Carter Stark 23rd. And Michael Ostiek 24th. That is your starting field for the Rods Electric 150. As the pace car is off, we are racing here at Hickory. Down through turns 1 and 2 for the first time. A couple cars into the outside wall right there. But I think everybody makes it through cleanly. Jackson Lewis going to come back around and lead lap number 1. Everybody trying to get down in the line as quickly as they can. Come back around to lap number 3. The laps are going to go away very quickly here at the Hickory Motor Speedway, but the one thing that is going to be the key here tonight is do not use up the tires. 150 laps, they do not have a set of tires in the pit, so the key will be to have speed at the end. These first 80 laps aren't really going to matter if you burn the tires off of it and you can't get to those final 40. Clayton Story to the inside of Danny Mann. That's for the 6th spot. See, a couple drivers are starting to work their way forward periodically. Carter Stark already up inside of the top 10. Was in the last chance qualifier, making his way through the field early on, up 15 spots. Ty Fredrickson underneath Riley Stenjum. Stenjum going to give way right there. That is for the 11th spot on the racetrack. And a lot of patience here early on. These drivers know that they have a long way to go and only these tires on the race car right now. So there's nothing to save them in the pits if they get a little bit squirrely. Jackson Lewis currently shows the way, 10 laps in. He's got Brian Tedeschi and Joe Schaefer back behind him. All evenly spaced, about 2 car lengths between them. Then it's a little bit back to Carter Hollingsworth, and then Ryan Honeycutt's got a storm of them back behind him. 11 laps in, a 15th of the way into the race for you math folks at home. And Jackson Lewis continues to show the way. We've got battle going on for the 5th spot. Clayton Story trying to take that spot away on the outside lane. How about that? Did not think we'd be seeing drivers using the outside lane here early on, but Story in the 67. Going to use that top side, move his way into the top 5. Kristen Swanson in the 91. Going to try to follow suit, and he will. 28 machine of Honeycutt struggling a little bit on that bottom lane, trying to find some of the speed that the drivers around him are having here on lap 16. Fredrickson and Stark going to go to the outside. And Honeycutt just lost a ton of positions right there. It looks like he might be trying to back off. A lot of different strategy being played. A lot of these drivers backing off, trying to save as much tire as they can. But Jackson Lewis shows the way. Look at the times he went last time around right here. 15:08.4, the best lap they've went. After that, 14:09.6 is the best lap that they've went this race. See a bunch of 15:2s and 15:0s and 1s. And as you see throughout the field, a lot of different drivers setting a different pace, trying to do something different with their race. We're 20 laps in. Lewis continues to show the way, but here comes Joe Schaefer trying to knock it on the back bumper of Brian Tedeschi for that 2nd spot. Look at the lunge he gets through the center of the corner right there. These cars are all about the angle of the car and getting the run up off. And this race is going to be about keeping the right rear tire cool. Hickory's a track where it's easy to get that tire hot. And it just makes the rest of the race a nightmare. You just don't have any drive where you need drive to pass cars. We are 25 laps in this time. Clayton Story was able to get around Carter Hollingsworth there for the 4th spot. And you can definitely tell that 67 machine has some speed here early on. He started 17th in this one, already up inside of the top 5. And like I said, we've seen a lot of drivers going back and forth through the field. Ooh, Joe Schaefer up to the top. They let Clayton Story by, kind of saw the run that he had coming in the mirror. He did not want to put up a fight right there. Move Clayton Story in the 67 onto the podium. 30 laps in. There's a big scrap right here. Kind of for the, I think that's the 15th spot. Corey Rogers is fighting Riley Stenjum for right there, maybe 14th. But this is quite a ways behind your race leader. Actually, your race leader probably closer to them than he is out in front of them. This time by lap 35, going to go up on the board. We've been green from the get-go. Have not seen the caution flag fly so far. And a lot of these drivers trying to back it off, but some of them fighting through the field. Clayton Story up to the second spot. Gets around Brian Tedeschi, and he's going to try to take the lead. Jackson Lewis in the 7 machine. Gonna go up to the outside lane. And Clayton Story going to take the top spot here on lap 37. Tedeschi gonna go by Lewis as well. Schaefer gonna go by. A change of formation up at the front here. Just shy of 40 laps complete. We've been clean and green from the get-go. Clayton Story continues to show the way. Things have settled down back behind him a little bit better. You see the field down into 1 and 2. Schaefer in the 3rd spot. He's got a great view of what's happening up in front of him for the race lead. Brian Tedeschi starting to put some pressure on Clayton Story, and indeed he does. To the inside goes Brian Tedeschi, but he's not able to get the run. You can see the 67 use that outside lane, and look at the time difference that run up off the corner makes. We're going to see a lot of different lines here tonight. You're going to want to keep the car driving up off the corner. That's going to be the key. Your front 4 nose to tail. They've got some lap traffic up in front of them. Here comes Brian Tedeschi to the inside, trying to take the race lead. Story not going to let him have it. They'll fight here. 45 laps in. Clayton Story trying to take that top spot away. Tedeschi on the inside kind of moves up a little bit, and he will take the lead on lap 46. Brian Tedeschi out front. Story back to the bottom. Oh, a little contact there. And Tedeschi, I think, did not want to be involved in all of that. Backed right off and gave the position back. Just about to the lap 50 mark. And at that point, it will be 100 to go. And when we get to 100 to go, the laps are going to go quickly. 100-lap race at Hickory is not a very long time, and if we keep this green flag lap theme up, we're going to be out of here in no time. How about this line of drivers right behind Carter Hollingsworth? That's 5th on back. Kristen Swanson there, Ty Fredrickson. All those drivers starting to slowly get a little bit closer to your front 4. Look at the laps that last time by. Hollingsworth, one of the quicker cars on the racetrack. In fact, maybe the quickest car that last time by. As you can see, several drivers right there as well. Danny Mann to the inside of Carter Stark. Stark not happy about it. Oh, moves to the bottom. Stark moved Danny Mann back up out of the way after Mann made that pass. And here comes Eddie Dabrowski, going to try to take advantage as well. That moves Danny Mann to the 10th spot. Things are beginning to heat up a little bit. We're 54 laps in. Inside of 100 to go. 20 laps shy of halfway. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 has caught your front four cars. And he's got a whole line of race cars with him. They're all nose to tail down through 1 and 2. The race leader, Clayton Story, got a whole bunch of cars back behind him, 57 laps in. Holding strong out front. Starting to peek his way into lap traffic. He's got Trent Smith up in front of him. That's going to be the first car he'll get to. Comes Carter Hollingsworth to the inside of Jackson Lewis. Going to think better of it. He'll pop back in line. That is one thing about these drivers being bunched up like this. If one driver pops out of line, it's going to change how everybody else's car drives. They'll all get stacked up as soon as somebody dips out of line. Clayton Story continues to show the way. 62 laps in when they get back around. There's Schaefer putting pressure on Brian Tedeschi. Everybody starting to calm down up here in these top 5 positions. Not as much passing and aggression going on. Laps shy of halfway, still caution free up to this point. And I'm sure a lot of these drivers may be a little bit shocked by the caution free part of it. I'm expecting us to see a couple of them get caught off guard once we get past halfway with the tire temperatures. Clayton Story drove his way up through the field from 17th. Carter Stark from the 23rd spot. The 67 car comes around to complete lap number 67. And the caution flag's gonna fly here. I think there was trouble for Eddie Dabrowski in the 29 machine. He jumped pit side immediately after the caution flag flew. Let's take a look at what happened. He was battling with Carter Stark and Danny Mann. I think the 29 machine may have just went up to the top of the racetrack and needed to pull off right there. And that was gonna bring out the caution flag. So we'll get a nice little reset before halfway. Field comes back around for the first time under caution. Green flag run of about 67 laps. Clayton Story, your leader. Brian Tedeschi, second. Joe Schaefer, third. Jackson Lewis, fourth. Carter Hollingsworth, fifth. That's your top five. We still have 23 cars left on the lead lap here. Trent Smith was just about to go one lap down. And then that caution flag came out. Field. Gonna come back to the choose cone right here. We'll see where they go. Like everybody, I think, for the most part, gonna line up the right way. And that's if we're still doing the choose. It did not look like they were really choosing right there. Keep an eye on it and try to see, but the green flag comes out nice and early this time. And we're back underway, 2 laps shy of halfway. Clayton Story jumps back out to the race lead. Kristen Swanson up into 4th, trying to get underneath Jackson Lewis, who's having a hard time getting going. On the outside lane, looks like he'll pull ahead right there. Up front, Brian Tedeschi to the outside lane. Gonna fight for that top spot here. We'll come back to the cross flags this time. Halfway in, halfway home. New race leader, Brian Tedeschi, gonna take the top spot back from Clayton Story. Story gonna have to fall back into second here, but he'll give it one more shot on the inside lane. Oh, there's contact. Tedeschi loose on the outside. Now he almost immediately has to back off and cool that right rear tire back down. You can see him drop back to 3rd. It's now Carter Hollingsworth and the 91 of Tristan Swanson battle side by side. That's for 5th. On board with Hollingsworth. Ty Fredrickson to the bottom. He wants to take the 6th spot. Carter Stark going to try to follow suit as well. The top spot does not necessarily look like the place to be here on restarts. Hollingsworth still on that outside lane. Your top 3 remain the same. Clayton Story back out front. Joe Schaefer Jr. second. Ooh, Hollingsworth in the 28 machine. Made an aggressive bid to get down right there. He will get right in front of Anthony Danta, your fast qualifier. Danta makes some contact. And oh, around goes Hollingsworth in the 28 machine. And that is going to bring out the caution flag for the 2nd time. Tough break for the 28 of Hollingsworth. Was up inside of the top 5 there. He's able to stay on the lead lap. Goes for a spin down the back straightaway. Well, let's look at what happened right here. Go from the drone first. You see the contact from the 51. And I think the 17 of Corey Rogers may have gotten up into the wall, and that kind of squeezed them together. Try and look at it one more time. There's the contact right there, and then up off the corner. Yeah, you see the 17 hit the wall, and when he hits the wall, Hollingsworth gets tagged. Doesn't appear to be too much damage on the 28 machine. Just all that track position that he had is now gone, back to the 23rd spot. So the 1 to go coming back out here. We're past halfway in this one. 87 laps in when they come back, green flag racing. Almost the lap 100. Clayton Story continues to show the way. But is he going to have enough tire here to hold everybody off? Through the restart zone one more time. Another early jump. Through turns 3 and 4, down into 1 and 2. We're back racing. Down the back straightaway. Story gets a good jump for the lead. Jackson Lewis fighting with Joe Schaefer Jr. for a second. Schaefer on the top side trying to get a big run. And oh, Anthony Danta around in 1 and 2. More drivers tangled up after the fact as well. Didn't quite see what happened, but I did see the 51 go for a spin down to the bottom. Maybe started everything that we were seeing. Watch it one more time. I think Ty Fredrickson in the 36 may have made contact, and then nothing 28 of Honeycutt could have done, or the 05 of Hanley. They were just kind of going into turns 1 and 2. Go on board with Ty Fredrickson here for this incident. You can see just a little bit tight up off the corner. Around they go. Scotty Gardner does a good job missing it. Oop, until that contact right there, right at the end. But you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. We had the first 67 laps green, and now we've had 3 quick cautions here back to back. Clayton Story continues to hold the lead. Joe Schaefer is second. Jackson Lewis third. Brian Tedeschi fourth, and Tristan Swanson. Those are the drivers that round out your top 5. We get ready to send them back green. With 57 laps to go. Down into turns 3 and 4. Pace cars back off. Another early jump, and we're back racing. Good jump for Clayton Story. Jackson Lewis going to try to take that second spot away from Joe Schaefer Jr. Ty Fredrickson in the 36. Oh, they're 3 wide off of 4. Is that going to work? Tedeschi having all kinds of trouble getting tagged every which way, and it's not going to work after all. A couple drivers going for a slide. I think that's Brett McCoy in the 1 machine stopped on the exit of turn number 2. And let's take a look at what happened here under caution for the 4th time in the Rods Electric 150. It looked like it may have started up off of 4 Brian Tedeschi was out of the gas, 3 wide. And then I think all of that may have just caused a stack up into one. You see the 28 of Honeycutt get into Tedeschi, and then they were around from there. Brett McCoy was the one left behind. Get his POV of this. You can see him up there wrecking. He tried to get out of the gas and got hit from behind right there, which puts us under yellow. Brett McCoy is the wonderful league owner here in the Winter Challenge Series. A tough break for Brett right there. Luckily, I don't think there was too much damage on that car. He'll continue on the lead lap. We're just about ready to send him back racing. It'll be 50 laps to go. Lap 100 going up on the board here. We'll have a 50-lap shootout. And the green flag flies back underway. 50 laps remain at Hickory. Another good jump for Clayton Story. He's going to hold the race lead through turns 3 and 4. Jackson Lewis and Joe Schaefer battle for second. Lewis going to try to make that car as wide as he can. He will take that spot away coming out of 4. Give the race lead to Jackson Lewis. He actually just set the fastest lap of the race that last time by. He's still got something left here inside of 50 laps to go. So does Ty Fredrickson in the 36. The battle is on for the race lead here. Jackson Lewis has a whole lot of speed behind Clayton Story. You see him making all kinds of moves. Big run to the inside. Lewis to the bottom for the lead. Oh, big contact. Lewis shoves Story up the racetrack, and he will take that spot away. Ty Fredrickson going to inherit the second spot. Story going to go back to third. And here comes Fredrickson to the bottom with a move of his own and no door of his own. New leader at the line. Give it to Ty Fredrickson here. And no contact. Clayton Story spins. Ty Fredrickson. And around goes the 36. Eddie Dabrowski almost made contact there as Fredrickson was getting it turned back around, but you saw it pretty blatantly down into turns 1 and 2 there. The 67 machine was not happy and drove down into 1. Made contact. Try and watch it back. When Jackson Lewis took the lead from Clayton Story right here. This is that lunge to the bottom. 7 machine shot right up the racetrack. And we'll go on board with Clayton Story to see his point of view of what happened down here. I don't know. He may have been trying to roll out of it, but did not get out of the gas pedal there. And that puts Ty Fredrickson back to the 21st spot inside of 40 laps to go. Tough break. Clayton Story in the second spot here. What will he try to do to get Jackson Lewis back? Lewis drove it down in there. Used all 8 tires that were available to him. Will Story do the same? We're going to find out here. Sending him back to 39 laps to go. 39 to go. We'll have a new driver bringing us to the restart. And we're back underway. Good jump there from Lewis. He'll have Clayton Story to his outside. But the 7 going to try to get clear for second. And the caution flag flies. Danny Mann in the 10 machine goes for a spin. The caution flag comes back out for the 6th time. Let's look at what happened. Mann was battling with Scotty Gardner. I think this maybe came up on the exit of turns 1 and 2. And Gardner was still outside. Look at it one more time. Grab our drone camera here. And it looks like the 10 machine just thought he had enough room and did not quite. Looked pretty similar to the incident we saw with Hollingsworth earlier on. But that'll bring the caution out one more time. Jackson Lewis, your race leader. To choose the bottom lane here. The race leader has had a tremendous advantage on these starts. They've been going very early on the exit of 4. Let's see what they've got. It'll be 35 laps remaining. A little bit of gamesmanship on the start there. Lewis got a good jump on the bottom, though. Dory in the 67 into the back bumper through turns 1 and 2. And here comes Tristan Swanson trying to take the 2nd spot. We've got another caution flag. Anthony Danta in the 51. Tangled up. Ooh, Brett McCoy spun under yellow there. Did not see what was happening. I was grabbing the replay. What happened here? I think the 36 and the 51 made contact off of 2. And then there was nowhere for Dabrowski to go. Look at it one more time. And you see the contact right there, and then the tiny bit of a checkup there was off of 2 sent the 29 machine around. So a 7th caution flag, and we've got another one spun around under caution. Riley Stenjum goes for a spin. We've got some maybe tempers a little bit hot here at Hickory. Stenjum charging back up through the field here. Looks like we're going to double them up. Go back racing. 29 laps to go now. Not really had a green flag run in quite some time. We'll see what they can do. Lewis goes nice and early once again. Clayton Story gonna top Tristan Swanson for the 2nd spot. Here comes Corey Rogers trying to take 3rd. Story in the 67 all the way down to the apron, trying to get that car rotated. And the caution flag is going to fly back behind. We got another one spinning into 3. Ryan Honeycutt goes around. I did not see what was happening back behind. Caleb Adrian in the 29. Oh, Ty Fredrickson sent it in there up off of 4. Then there was more contact after the fact. Caleb Adrian in the 29 goes for a slide. But Fredrickson in the 36 slid all the way up to the top there. We're going to once again be under caution here. It'll be inside of 25 laps to go, so the time's pretty much ran out if you're not up inside of the top 5, top 10 at least. Unless they continue to spin cars around, I could prove myself wrong, but right now 25 laps to go. They're going to get the 1 to go signal here. It'll once again be Jackson Lewis and Clayton Story, your front 2. Back to 23 laps to go this time. Jackson Lewis in the 7 machine, the race leader. Dory tries to jump out ahead, but not enough. Lewis gets a good jump down into turn number 1. Dory tried to drive that car in deep. In the 2nd spot, Corey Rogers and Tristan Swanson battle for 3rd. We've got 22 to go here. Ooh, contact for 3rd. Here comes Corey Rogers to the bottom. Swanson had that top lane rolling for a minute. But Rogers kind of got him a little sideways. And now Rogers up to 3rd. We've got 21 laps to go, coming back to 20 to go. At the line this time, and the caution flag flies once again. I believe Scotty Gardner around in the 109. From contact from the 10. Of Danny Mann, you see was nowhere for Anthony Danta to go. Luckily, nobody else was collected there, but another caution flag going to set us up for a restart inside of 15 laps to go, I think. We'll see what lap they double them up, but I believe we're going to be inside of 15 laps to go. So can Jackson Lewis hang on? He's been put to the test here on the restarts all night long. But can he hold on? We'll get the 1 to go signal this time by. I think it will be exactly 15 laps. It'll be Lewis and Story once again, side by side, coming to the stripe. Pace car drops to the bottom. Lewis goes nice and early that time. Good launch, and into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Tristan Swanson to the bottom for a second, and oh, a big one down the back straightaway. Clayton Story around, and a huge one down into turns 3 and 4. Several cars collected. Let's see what happened there. Watch this initial restart right here. This is down into 1. This contact between the 67, and you see Story go around, and everybody else piles in. Nowhere for a lot of them guys to go. But a very tough break. We'll ride on board with Carter Hollingsworth in the 28. He got hit from behind there. So the 10th caution flag here. And it was the big one. Down the back straightaway, a lot of cars collected. Joe Schaefer, Clayton Story, a couple of the front runners here. Now we've got some different faces on the front row. How about your points leader, Tristan Swanson? What can he do? They come back to, I believe, 10 laps to go. There'll be 11 laps to go when they come back to the line. Green flag is back out. Contact there for the top spot. Jackson Lewis trying to hold on, but Tristan Swanson is right there in the 91 machine. Through the first lap, Swanson in the 91. All over the back bumper of Lewis. You can see him kind of arc that car down through the center of the corner. But does he have enough left in the tank? There's 9 laps to go. 9 to go here at Hickory. Still got cars battling throughout the field back behind. No, we've got a spinner off of 4. Couple cars into the wall. Carter Hollingsworth around. Ryan Honeycutt was the car that initially went around there. Let's watch it one more time. It all kind of happened in front of them. And then to stack up out of 4. A couple cars just did not have enough time to check up. And that puts us under yellow one more time. Eleventh caution flag. We are inside of 10 to go here. They'll be inside of 5 to go this time, so if we have another caution, it'll be a green-white checkered scenario. It won't be this time, but the next one will be. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Tristan Swanson has a lot of speed on these restarts, but can he time one up enough to get a run at Jackson Lewis? Look at the 1 to go signal here. It will be A 3-lap shootout. 3-lap shootout for Jackson Lewis and Tristan Swanson. They go through turns 3 and 4. The green flag is back out. We're back underway at Hickory. 3 to go down into turns 1 and 2, and that did not last a corner. Ryan Honeycutt in the 28 machine goes around once again. See how it happened this time. Looked like just a little bit too much throttle out of the corner right there. And that puts us under caution. And it's green-white checkered time here. These drivers are, I believe, given 2 attempts at the green-white checkered. So Lewis and Swanson once again going to line up side by side. Lewis has led a fair amount of this race up to this point. But 8 lead changes so far. Will we see another here on this final green-white checkered? And can we get it done in 1 attempt? Let me know in the comments below. Lights are off on the pace car. Gonna go green this time by. Down into turns 3 and 4. The 7 goes nice and early. Swanson tries to time it up as best as he can. And we're back racing with 2 laps to go. Final 2 laps at Hickory. Your race leader, Jackson Lewis, down into turns 3 and 4. We'll see the white flag this time. Final time around. White flag is out here at Hickory. Swanson in the 91 is going to have 1 final shot at it down into turns 3 and 4. He'll take a big lunge, but it's not going to be enough. Out of 4, Jackson Lewis wins at Hickory. Jackson Lewis, your winner. Tristan Swanson comes home 2nd. Brent Smith 3rd. And that is going to do it here at Hickory. We'll try and grab a word from our top 3 finishers as quickly as we can. And first, we're going to start with our 2nd place finisher because he's the most readily available driver here in the broadcast booth. See if we can't get him up into the broadcast booth. Tristan Swanson, in the broadcast booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I gotcha.
Alrighty, well, it was an intense race here tonight. We had a pretty long green flag run there to start the race. I think it was like 67 laps, and got a caution flag, and after that first caution flag, man, it just did not stop. We only got 2 to 3 lap runs. Didn't have much time to really make things happen, but ended up getting the 91 machine into the 2nd spot here tonight. Tell me about your run.
Yeah, no, it was a good run, for sure. I definitely think we kind of left a little bit out there on the table, especially since we didn't get that longer green flag run after that first yellow. Yeah, did a lot of saving in that first stint, and it felt good, but then just we got hit in the right front on a caution, and I think it just kind of hurt us a little bit, and spent a little too much time trying to get to 2nd, and yeah, but overall just a solid run.
Yeah, track position was definitely key here tonight, but like you said, still a solid run. Great for the points coming into tonight. You were the points leader, so this is going to be a great addition to that here in second. Who do you have to thank, Tristan, for podium at Hickory?
Yeah, for sure. Just got to thank Elite Performance Industries and Justin Brooks Designs, High Voltage Sim Shots as well, and of course my lovely wife that allows me to do this every Monday. So, yeah, this is a blast to do, and I definitely look forward to it every week. So,
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you on your second place run here tonight, and we'll talk to you hopefully next week.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, now we'll talk to our third place finisher, Trent Smith, who is up in the booth with us here now. Let's see if we can't grab him. Trent Smith up in the broadcast booth, third place finisher here tonight. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, an eventful race at the Hickory Motor Speedway. We went green for the first 60, 70 laps, something like that, and ended up getting that caution flag. And after that first one, just seemed like we did not get a green flag run after that. You started ninth, kind of fell back early on, wanted to save some of that tire, and were able to work your way up to third, but didn't quite have enough time to maybe give it everything you had.
Yes, sir. My plan from the start, with it being 150 laps, and the tire wear on these late models isn't exactly the best thing to or easiest thing to manage. I just wanted to get to the back and just ride. I think I rode with the leader a half second off my back bumper for a good 20 to 30 laps before we had that first caution.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely a car that you have to be patient in. Like you said, tire management is not easy in these cars, and 150 laps on one set is no easy feat. So third place for you here tonight. A great run here at Hickory. Who do you have to thank for a podium finish?
ERW Transport, Justin Brooks Designs, Brett, and all the guys that run the Winter Challenge series. Y'all for broadcasting it each and every week, and everybody that comes and watches it.
Alrighty, well, third place finish here tonight. You're going to have some momentum rolling into next week. We are at North Wilkesboro next week. What do you think you got rolling into another North Carolina track?
I'm excited for that one. The repave on North Wilkesboro, I've come to like it and be a pretty big fan of it. So I feel like it should be some pretty good racing. Hopefully we can weed out some of the problems and have a good race.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Trent, on your third place finish here tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you more throughout the season.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, now to talk to our winner here tonight, Jackson Lewis. We'll see if we can't get him up into the booth. Jackson Lewis, up into the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Alrighty, well, winner here tonight, started on the pole after the redraw. Did not hold the lead the entire time. There was a little bit of shuffling around up there, but ended up picking up the victory when it was all said and done. They put you to the test on those restarts there at the end, and you did not fail.
Yeah, it was fun. Got lucky with the redraw, being able to start on the pole, lead a couple laps at the beginning there, and I didn't really know what the what the real ideal pace would have been, so just kind of picked what I thought was good, and then Clayton came from the back and was charging up through the front, so I figured, well, Bucko, you go burn them rubbers off, I don't mind. So I let him go by, and then we all kind of settled out, and then from there on, kind of havoc all started happening once we had that first yellow, and then just yellow after yellow after yellow, and yeah, but came out with the victory, so can't be too upset about it.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, like you said, go burn off the tires. We did see a lot of different pace here tonight. All throughout the race, really, a lot of drivers running different lines. We saw people letting people go early on to try and save tire, and ultimately you ended up timing it the best because I think you went at the right time. Obviously, I think everybody had to go at a certain point because we were running out of laps and the caution flags were piling up, but still a great run for the 7 machine here tonight. Sat on pole, parked it in victory lane. Who do you have to thank for a win at Hickory?
Yeah, I just got to thank Brett for putting all this stuff on. He does a great job. He goes through a lot of headaches with a lot of the people that have been in here as of late. So I know he's trying to clean everything up, and the last 40 or so laps shouldn't be happening. We should be able to run those out. But I'm kind of happy that it all happened that way because I don't think I quite saved the tires that I needed to stay up front if we went green the rest of the way. But yeah, I just got to thank him. He does a great job with everything he does. He's goes through a lot. It's not easy doing the admin job. Got to thank you for broadcasting. It's awesome to go back and watch the broadcast and see what the outside perspective is. Pretty cool to see. So yeah, I just got to thank you guys and everybody else. And yeah.
Alrighty, well, great race for you here tonight. Next week we have North Wilkesboro, the repave version. How are you feeling going into that race with a little bit of momentum?
Yeah, I will not be here next week. I will be out of town, so I feel great. I will be in the warm weather, so I feel fantastic about it.
Well, at least you got a victory before your vacation. Well, anyways, enjoy your vacation. Have a fun time wherever you're going. Warm weather sounds pretty fun for me here in Indiana. We're freezing here, so congratulations to you, Jackson, on your victory here tonight, and enjoy your week off.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was your winner here tonight, Jackson Lewis, driver of the number 7. Let's take a quick look at our final finishing results before we wrap things up here on the WD Broadcasting Network. So up on screen, Jackson Lewis, your winner. Tristan Swanson comes home 2nd. Trent Smith 3rd. Eric White 4th. Carter Stark 5th. Michael Osteek comes home 6th. Riley Stengham 7th, Brandon Wilkinson 8th, Scotty Gardner 9th, Max Hanley 10th, Danny Mann comes home 11th, Corey Rogers 12th, Easton Ridner 13th, Carter Hollingsworth 14th, Ryan Honeycutt 15th, Brian Tedeschi 16th, Brett McCoy 17th, Ty Fredrickson 18th, Caleb Adrian 19th, Anthony Danter rounds out your top 20, and then back behind him, Joe Schaefer Jr., Clayton Story, Michael Weissman, and Eddie Dabrowski rounds out your field. So that is going to do it for us here tonight, folks, at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next week at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, and we'll be ready for... Actually, we're going to be ready for the Only Short Tracks season opener this Sunday. Just about forgot to shout that one out. This Sunday, Only Short Tracks season opener going to be at Oxford Plains, January 4th, so won't want to miss that. Sunday night here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Then Monday night, Tuesday night, 3 nights in a row, all late model action right here on iRacing on the WD Broadcasting Network. So I'm your host, Winston Deal. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then right here on YouTube. But until next time, you guys have a great night. Y'all take it easy.